Hey everyone, Matt from soundrolling.com. I got brought over to rep for Deity today, but I wanted to actually go more in depth with my products and the kind of my own take on each of them. So we're going to look at lavaliers now. So they've got two different ranges. We've got VLAV, and all of the V series stands for just basically videographer, video. It's people getting started out. We can see this one is more specifically aimed at things like the wedding market and easy plug and play. Because firstly, it's $49, but we still got that clever pin technology, and that's what's in here. So it's $49, and you get basically the ability for no adapters. So you plug straight into the Zoom H1, for instance, and it'll come out of both channels. But then I can plug this straight into my phone. I can plug this straight into another wireless system, and it's going to read where the bias of the actual voltage is coming out of. And then, yeah, it's really just meant for easy plug and play, and it comes with a 3-meter long cable, and this is the actual end of the mic as well. Oh no, it's this one. It's confusing when they put it on both sides. It's this one, and that's actually what you're listening to with this video right now, just because I can plug it straight into my DSLR, and then I have basically 2 channels of mono, and that's super easy because panning technology is super boring. Then we have the WLAV, standing for wireless lav, which makes a lot of sense. And the main exciting feature for me personally, I'm going to use this as a backup lavalier because, I mean, the whole thing's $100, and I'm still waiting for them to bring out the WLAV Pro to make this more competitive in terms of size. But what I really like is affordable microdot technology. So a lot of the DPAs, even AKGs, even YPA is another company, and they all have this microdot technology, which means I can switch from a Sennheiser to this one's 5-pin, so electrosonics, or to 4-pin, which is Shure and things like that. And the connectors are only around $29, so really trying to make it affordable for a solid backup mic that can actually work with all of your gear and even other people's gear, because often you can get thrown an extra wireless that someone's brought in their bag, and so now you have just a bit more flexibility. And then the price point is again, we're aiming more for starting off with the videographers and the indie sound recordists and working our way up. And for me personally, I just remember when I was starting out and the kind of tech and the availability was very, very minimum. You kind of just went for, there was only a handful of products that you could basically count on your hand that would really kind of get the job done for the price point. And that's the key. We're trying, I think, at Deity to try and make a real middle. There's a lot of starting stuff, but then it has the ceiling, much like if you've got a Video Mic Pro, like I did in the D3 thing. The Pro seems just silly because you can't even adjust the gain. It's locked into the suspension. And so now I think Deity, for starting out, for being a 5-6 month old company, is really, yeah, just trying to make a wave in that low to mid level, and hopefully beyond, because obviously we already have the S mic. And I'm gonna do, shall I do that video now as well? Yeah, why not? The S mic, what I really like about this, when they first sent it to me, is I chucked it straight in the bath, and it survived. The whole thing is completely coated in an epoxy on the inside. And so this is my go-to backup mic now, mainly because with the Smic2, they actually lowered the overall decibel sensitivity on the inside. So that's 12 dB now of sensitivity, if my camera will focus. And so now with the low self noise and with the still the waterproof ability, a lot of people in the sports industry have been coming up to us, things like football, and just having a shotgun that is really going to last, but still sound really nice in terms of the polar pattern is still kind of super cardioid polar pattern, but with more of an even frequency roll off. So again, maybe a bit wider than some of the super tight ones, but you get that discoloration as soon as you go slightly off mic. So yeah, this is now my #1 backup mic, my extra mic. I've been using this inside in interviews, outside in feature films when it was raining, and I didn't want to get my Super CMIT soaked through. And for $350 for the mic itself, again, I think we're offering kind of real solutions that are going to be able to last with people. So a lot of even Foley guys, they're like, I need something to record, but if I'm recording with something with a lot of mud, footsteps, or throwing stuff at things, I was like, you can literally take it off, just rinse it out, let it dry. I personally dried mine, again, in my last video that you probably saw, or this was for the first Aperture Deity, but even in the previous one, it took me maybe half an hour to dry it out with a hairdryer, and people like Ty Ford have been just putting it in a tumble dryer with a load of towels, and yeah, as soon as you dry it off, it's good as new. Although technically it doesn't get an IP rating of waterproof, because obviously as soon as it gets completely dunked, it's not recording sound anymore. But I mean, the whole point is that your gear, if it is absolutely soaking it through, you want this thing out there to make sure it's just fighting for your corner. So that is the kind of Lav series and the Smic2, which again is more aimed at people that are on like the 416, the NTG3s, but they just want something that's going to last a bit longer, because those mics are great, but you definitely can't dunk them in the bath. And I encourage you all to come try and test them out as well. Alan Williams, I think, is getting one to test on his channel, and I need to do one as soon as I get back and finish pickups on a feature, and so it'll be the start of next month maybe. So anyway, that's me for now, and now I'm going to go around because they've let me out to go explore the rest of the show. So look forward to more videos.